Hi, I am Karthik, the 2011 Massachusetts State Geography Bee champion. If you were to travel to my town, Plainville, there would be many sights to see. Plainville is a suburb of Boston, Massachusetts. Boston is a unique American city that provides visitors the opportunity to relive history, expand their knowledge on the arts, cheer for local sports teams, explore museums, and marvel at the scenic views. Located on the banks of the Charles River, this city is relatively compact, and most of the major places of interest are located within walking distance of each other. Due to its size, Boston is a very accessible city, but it may be that its reputation as a walking city relies on the creation of one of America's first historic walking tours, the Freedom Trail. The starting point of the Freedom Trail, Boston Common, is the oldest park in the country. The park is almost 50 acres in size. From Boston Common, you can visit the Paul Revere House, Bunker Hill Monument, Old North Church, and many other sites on the Freedom Trail. To me, being green means reducing our impact on the environment. People all over the world are putting increasing pressure on the environment. They are dumping pollutants into the air and water. They are removing natural vegetation to extract mineral resources. Also, they're turning the land into cropland for farming. It may seem like a good idea at first, but in the end, it negatively impacts our world. Instead, people should reduce pollution, for example, by stopping factories with power plants. They should find alternative energy sources. Even if these decisions are expensive, the money will be well spent. I would trade places with Alexander the Great. He led his army to conquer much of the known world in just over 10 years. He fought in the front lines of his army and took over many lands. He was brave enough to face challenges, including undoing the Gordian knot, and was viewed as a hero, leader, and role model. Alexander the Great was an inspirational person and someone to look up to, who fought with great strategy and skill. I would go to the Amazon rainforest to marvel at the scenic plants and to observe the unique animals. I would learn the customs and beliefs of local tribes who are isolated from much of humanity. This experience would be enchanting. I do not cram information into my brain all at once. My knowledge about the world developed over a period of time. Seeing my interest in the subject, my parents and teachers continued quizzing me each step of the way. Playing the GeoB Challenge daily quiz regularly helps me prepare for the bee. In my studies, I have noticed that many countries have border disputes with their neighbors. I would settle all these disputes. As the world progresses, countries often argue amongst themselves for tiny pieces of land. These areas may contain valuable resources the country needs to flourish. If the country desires these commodities, they may go into war for that tiny slot of land. Oftentimes, this leads to involvement by countries around and rises into an international conflict. However, I would solve all these problems by promoting world peace. I would speak with and negotiate with each of the country's world leaders to end these disagreements. In order to solve these problems, I would want to be Secretary General of the United Nations. With this job, my voice will be heard the loudest. I will have the main say in many decisions and lead the countries. My ultimate goal will be to bring world peace and stop all international conflicts. Most importantly, my knowledge of geography will help me in my mission. The world's only 6 species of poisonous birds are found in what country? Stumped? The answer is Papua New Guinea. My favorite geography fact is that Papua New Guinea has 820 indigenous languages. I'm curious to find out how they got there.